With the second season of Smiling Friends having wrapped up, I quickly realized I had very little else left to watch that matched the frenetic energy of its crazy experimental animation and unpredictable writing. However, it didn't take long for me to realize that the answer had been staring me in the face the entire time. Yep, sometimes the most obvious answer is the best answer. And in this case, it was Michael Cusack's very own shows that he did before his involvement with Smiling Friends. All of you who've been following me recently will get a kick out of this. Feel free to comment below.
I told you so.
Because I'll be damned. You were right all along. Michael is painfully underrated. Yep, you heard it here first, guys. I fully admit and eat my words. You are all right. And that's not even the funniest part. I only realize now I've been following his career since the very start. Like the goddamn landlord, he's been there from the very beginning. Which is crazy, because I'd always thought I only knew him for that other video he made on YouTube, which became a show on Adult Swim. By the way, put a pin on that for later. And his Rick and Morty spin-off episode. At this point, it's undebatable that he's been a large part of my appreciation for animation on an independent level for ages. Along with Stamper, Spaz Kid, Egoraptor, and Zone, Michael has been a genuine creative inspiration to me. And here I was saying he was just okay all this time. But oh boy, I was totally wrong. Just watching a bit of YOLO Crystal Fantasy's first episode, I could tell, oh yeah, this is very much an upgrade in his style of animation in every sense of the word since his original YouTube video. While I always found that short to be pretty damn funny, it always lingered in my mind as that stupid video my friends and I would always send each other, frequently joking that our friend was the rat. I think it just stuck with me that his humor was just that, juvenile high school humor. And while that is still to some degree true, it's exactly what makes his cartoons, and by extension, shows like Smiling Friends, so damn great.
Remember to like and subscribe to Mr. Boone for more Smiling Friends related content. It's a quick click for you, but it means everything to us. Also be sure to leave a cheeky comment below, as we answer just about everyone. Now back to the video.
Michael, since day one, has been far removed from any pretensions with his art, which he attributes to his early years being unfortunately bullied for having open appreciation for pretty dorky stuff, which he even says actually has benefited him for the better of having an actual good level of self-awareness. To which I can already hear a chant of people in the comments feeling vindicated for commenting on cringe videos online.
Bring back bullying.
It's exactly that level of self-awareness that is carried through to the way he writes, never trying to pretend he's anything other than a comedic artist who just wants to have a little bit of fun creating something. You can tell with every animation he creates, Michael is just taking the piss out of his audience, seeing whatever weirdo thing he can do on screen for fun. It's that level of f it, let's just animate it, that actually got him into animating in the first place. Little did I know he had actually started in independent filmmaking. However, with his first film not exactly landing the way he'd hoped it for, he decided animation was the best way to get things done without going broke in the process of creating his art. He could animate everything himself, and with that, Gabe Newell at E3 took off and caught the attention of people like me and my dumb friends. The dude has been non-stop pushing himself in every direction creatively, and you can see that plain as day in Smiling Friends. The Bliblies? Michael. Arguably the funniest moment in all of Smiling Friends, as it pierces my very soul as a dude who just recently turned 30. The vape guy? Michael. That specific rotoscope style is incredibly Michael, and I hadn't even realized it or thought to give him the credit for it as one of my hands-down favorite parts of Smiling Friends. Mind you, that's largely because it's uncredited. However, if I'd watched just a little bit of YOLO Crystal Fantasy, I would immediately know, yes, this is very much something that was created from the mind of Michael Cusack. While it's easy for us all to blindly praise Zach for all he's contributed to Smiling Friends, and if we're being honest here, he has contributed a lot. Michael is truly the engine of the show, running it forward full steam, unhinged, just the way we all like it. With 2 seasons of YOLO, a well-received critically and audience-wise show on Amazon, and the most iconic spin-off of Rick and Morty, which if I'm being honest, is a bit derivative of the Big Les show, but it's still great, as it actually injected some much-needed, unhinged internet Aussie humor the show was sorely lacking. That said, Michael is exactly the type of creative Zach needed to work with to break out of his Let's Play slump, and allow him to get back to what he loves, animating. But this time, somewhere he could do it sustainably, since YouTube had axed animation being easily monetized, at least for animations that aren't just content slop like Meat Canyons, which, no hate for Papa, but even he got sick of churning out topical YouTube slop.
I
I want to be able to upload a video and have it be art. I want it to be something that's like, you know, even if it gets a fraction of the views.
A large part of why I think the general consensus among the uninitiated, like I was, is that Zach is just far more well known among internet ghouls. Oni plays garners literal millions of views, and Zach's hypotheticals are world renowned. But not just that, the man has dedicated his life to creating some of the most visually distinct characters known to the internet. Hell, to this day, many people don't even realize he's an actual human being instead of a giant nose, as his caricatures would lead you to believe. Undeniably, Zach is the one with the most popularity online, and this isn't something that went unnoticed for Michael. He's actually gone on record stating that he's totally fine with Zach having all the hype because he knows that Zach is the one with years of followers and 2 failed shows. To him, Zach's rise to beloved damn near auteur status online in the sphere of animation is something he loves and wants to cultivate.
I knew that Zach's name should come first in our duo. I knew that we are still 50-50. And we're a 50-50 duo, but it's almost like how Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld worked on a show called Seinfeld. And in my mind, Zach's a little bit more of the star, and I'm absolutely fine with that. And I love facilitating him and bringing whatever I can to the table.
And while Michael has clearly contributed to a lot of the gags and hilariously recognizable visuals, it's pretty clear that out of the 2 of them, Zach is the one who created the characters with the most likely to become marketable plushies aesthetic. This isn't to say that Michael's art isn't good, it's just clear that Zach's art is just that recognizable, even to the point that Michael agrees that a lot of the art that he'd done had actually been filtered through Zach. However, in spite of Michael's artistic sensibilities and humor being filtered by Zach, and I mean seriously, try and think of a character outside of Zach's well-realized characters that stands out to you visually, you can clearly tell that the 2's brains meld together into the perfect creative stew of oddness. If not for Michael, who would reign Zach's untapped gremlin energy? It can't be understated, the 2 are immensely talented artists, but even Michael acknowledges that Zach is the better animator. And I'm not just saying this to fluff out my video. Take a listen for yourself.
And I also love animation. So, like, you know, I like the Bliblies and other stuff like that. I'm definitely not as good as Zach when it comes to animation, though. But yeah, it's this weird mix where we just we become like a 2-headed beast, I guess, while we make this stuff.
But that's just it, guys. Michael is a humble dude who came up as a teenager, who was bullied for being into dorky shit, like myself and many others, I'm sure. He grew up on goofy web animations like Homestar Runner, and was greatly inspired by scrappy independent films like The Evil Dead that were directed by Sam Raimi, who he admits was a huge inspiration for what got him out to create things, in spite of having little to no budget to make anything. Which, I'll be damned, was the same mentality I had with my YouTube after years of being a video editor for hire, constantly asked,
"Do you have a YouTube channel outside of this?"
Michael is proof that maybe, just maybe, if you put yourself out there enough, work hard enough at whatever art you create, with a little bit of elbow grease, you'll find yourself helming some incredible projects that will have people online up in arms defending just how important you are to them. And that's honestly something I myself aspire to now that I've seen the light. Michael is truly a legend among online artists. And I hope he only goes up from here, and everybody gives him the credit he absolutely deserves.
Yo, this is Michael Cusack signing out.
That's it, guys. Thanks for watching to the end. It's been a wild ride these last couple of weeks following Smiling Friends. I hope you all stick around and listen to me yap about Smiling Friends and other things Adult Swim adjacent. I can't say how grateful I am to have people who watch these videos I pour plenty of time creating, even if I'm not monetized at all, since to me, it's the discussion of media that gets me going on making these videos. So thank you all for following me, and I hope to engage with you all some more. If you have any topic suggestions, I'm always open to them, as my video was basically a community effort from you all to make me realize I was fundamentally wrong on Michael. So with that, have a great morning, afternoon, or night. See ya.